Walked out of an interview today before it even started. I had an interview scheduled by the manager at 1 o'clock at my local Harbor Freight. I arrived a few minutes early and was told it would be a couple minutes, to which I thought was no problem. I'm 5 minutes early. I assume it may be at most 1:05. I have to wait till. After 15 minutes of waiting, I asked another manager what was going on and was told, it will just be another minute. Once it reached the 30-minute mark, one decided my time was more valuable than this and went up to the manager I previously talked to and said that the waiting 30 minutes for an interview scheduled by someone in the store was unprofessional and that I would be elevating. I was met with hostility and told, she's with her manager, so that's the reason the wait is long. Not a valid excuse in my opinion, when they should have cleared the time to take said interview they set up. All in all, it felt good to stand up and have a voice instead of waiting like I would have done in the past. A few minutes, like 10, is fine. 30 minutes is not fine. If you were 30 minutes late, they would say that's unacceptable, but if they do it, somehow it's okay. If she's with her manager, it's her job to tell her manager, hey, I'm sorry, I have an interview scheduled with someone, can I come back in a minute? If she doesn't feel comfortable doing that, then you don't want to work there anyway. Good job. Their failure to plan appropriately for a scheduled appointment speaks directly to incompetence on their part, which will make an already low-paying job an utter hell. Not even fast food sucks that hard. If you want quality staff, you need quality management. And that does not show quality management. Well done. Know your worth. Your time has value. And them casually delaying your scheduled meeting is an insult. If your managers are this poor at managing their time, I don't feel comfortable with them managing mine. I always wait it out. From reading these comments, I need not do so anymore. Smiley face. This happened to me when I was a youngin' applying for a local supermarket. I did end up waiting it out, but after showing up for my first day and seeing how disorganized everything was, I clocked out after an hour and quit. I still have that paycheck too. There is a interview tactic to make someone wait to see how they react. Do they wait patiently? Do they become agitated? It's part of the interview process that was used in tech. I don't agree with it. I find it insulting. But I have sat there knowing this as I patiently wait to see their next move. I've read it's a tactic some places use to see if you'll wait. Saying that she is with her manager just told you that there are two levels of management that don't value employees. It may or may not be true, but that is the optic. Managers should know this. No one wants to interview anymore. You should have walked out without a word just to confuse them. Interviews work in both directions. Had an interview set up for some roofing company. Apparently no one knew anyone was even coming in for an interview. Ended up waiting an hour. Interviewing with some jabroni who talked about nothing for 10 minutes and then said, we'll keep you under consideration. Surprise, surprise, no one called me back. Lol, wish I told them to screw. Good. If they were having a managers meeting, they're either unorganized and don't know how to manage their time effectively, or they don't care about anyone below them. I hate the ones for promotions that end being gotchas for incomplete projects. Had an interview like that. One of a series of several. The interviewer was about 30 minutes late. Had no idea what I did or why she was interviewing me. Letting this one experience slide was the worst mistake I ever made. I did get the job, and this particular individual made my life a living hell shortly after. Still feeling PTSD from that previous job. Should have gone with my gut. If it was me, I would have quietly waited until the 15-minute past mark. Then just simply left without saying a single thing. I wouldn't have bothered trying to find out what is going on or anything. Simply show up when you were asked to. Check in so they know you're there. Or so there's at least some record that you actually showed up. Then quietly wait a reasonable period of time. If the interview hasn't started by then, or at least some information has arrived to explain the delay along with at least a cursory apology. Leave without notice. If they ever reach out after the fact, be professional and simply say that you waited as long as you could, but had other interviews lined up afterwards. So once it became clear that there wasn't enough time to really be interviewed without making you late for your other stuff, you left and headed to your next scheduled interview. I doubt that they'd reach out afterwards. But that's what I'd have done. And have done in the past.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.